Final question for you, Yannick. I don't think that I would be doing my job correctly if I didn't ask you. We know that year four has many more updates and more content to come. Is there anything you can tease for what we can expect beyond TU15?
You know what? Season 9, I think, is going to be our best season story-wise. I think season 11 will be even better than that.
Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I want to talk about Season 11. Now that intro little clip there was back when I was given the opportunity to interview Yannick, who is of course the creative director on The Division 2, back at the start of Year 4. I will leave a link for that down in the description if you want to check that out. It's obviously very relevant to this conversation because the devs have been hyping up Season 11 for a very long time, and you can hear in that clip I asked Yannick if he was able to tease anything that we would get upcoming in Year 4 beyond TU15 and Season 9, which was the update at the time, and his response was, while Season 9 he thinks was their best season yet, Season 11 was going to be even better. And while it's been a long wait, we're almost finally at the point where we ourselves get to see what that's going to entail. And he's not the only one. Throughout the year, you've seen the likes of Pale and Morton both say that they're really excited for Season 11, that there's some really awesome stuff coming up. I mean, like I said, this is easily the most hyped season we've ever had for the Division 2, and I'm really curious to see why that is. And what really prompted me to make this video today, because we have the PTS for TU17 and Season 11 coming up soon, is that we got a tweet from Morton Ryberg just yesterday where he said, I'll put it up on screen, if you wonder why we will change the numbering of our seasons with Year 5 of the Division 2 to Year 5 Season 1, here is one reason. Season 1, Shadow Tide, 2, Keener's Legacy, 3, Concealed Agenda, 4, End of Watch, 9, Hidden Alliance, 10, Price of Power, and Season 11, Reign of Fire. That's pretty badass, and we'll get to that in just a second, but if you're a little confused as to what he's talking about, what he's saying is, and they announced this a little while back, is that they're going to change the numbering of how they do their seasons, where they've just been stacking numerically. You know, we're on Season 11 now, which, you know, Season 1 started all the way back in Warlords. They're now going to label them by year and season. So Year 5, we'll start off with Year 5, Season 1, and if we get a Year 6, presumably it would reset again to be Year 6, Season 1, like that. Instead of just stacking on and getting like Season 20, that's kind of where they're headed. But Reign of Fire sounds pretty damn awesome. And so let's just talk a little bit about Season 11. I wanted to do this just to give my final little, you know, discussions, predictions about it, since we're going to learn more about it soon. I presume they're also going to have some sort of Season 11 reveal stream during or after the PTS before the full launch of the update. Now, of course, there are leaks that have been out there for Season 11. I mean, that happened even before Season 10, so people knew what was coming before then. I've not read those myself, and I don't intend to share any of that here on this video or on the channel, so I would ask that anyone in the comments respect people's wishes to not be spoiled either, but just be cautious of that. But there's a lot of directions this season could go, right? I mean, the one popular theory and rumor that has been going around that I made a video on, I'll link it at the top if you want to check it out, is that we might be restoring the castle settlement in this season. It's been a request ever since Year 1, and I think it would be a really cool thing to see. The popular theory is that if we do that, that it could be the new home for Lewis and his true sons after the finale of Season 10. We've now gotten him out from the clutches of the Black Tusk and the converted true sons, and so that would be a pretty cool development to see, that we have a new social space to go to where it's controlled by a friendly faction of true sons. And restoring a settlement would easily be the biggest thing we've ever done in a season. You know, usually it's like, oh, just go and talk and get some extra comms at the base, but this time, what if it's like every target you clear, you go over to the castle and you talk to somebody and that restores a certain part of it, and you do that 5 times, obviously 1 for each target, and then the castle is fully restored. I think that would be really, really cool. Beyond that, obviously we don't have huge indicators for where the story is going to go. I mean, obviously we're going to continue the same threads, but as for the specific details, we'll have to see. We know that the prime target is going to be Stovepipe. That was revealed on the roadmap that we got a few weeks back, and so who knows who that could be or what faction they could be from. Sounds like a cleaner to me. I don't know if the cleaners are really going to have a focus in Season 11. They haven't really in Year 4 so far, but I'm definitely interested to find out more about them. Obviously, I hope that we get some more Hunter involvement. That didn't really happen a ton in Season 10 after they had a big focus in Season 9. Want to know more about the Recruiter, what all that stuff is about. Hopefully Schaefer wakes up. That was another big thread that was left off from Season 9 that a lot of people want to get to. I don't know if we're going to get it, but it would be really cool to see. I mean, overall, this is the intended finale of Year 4. Obviously, there's not another season coming after this before we head into Year 5, and at the time that they made this content, they didn't know that we were getting a Year 5 because that wasn't confirmed to them until after Season 9 release. So whatever they're going to do here, I expect them to go out with a bang. If there is any type of a cliffhanger, I don't think it's going to be that major or as major as the Fei Lao one was back in season 4, because I don't think they want to replicate that mistake where a lot of people were just left hanging. Like I said, they didn't know if they were going to get more content after this. So I think it should be both satisfying, but also should set things up for the future. And I'm just really excited to see what that's going to be. It'll be interesting to see how they continue to push the seasonal and manhunt model forward, because as we get further and further into the story here with that conflict between us and the Black Tusk and that part of the True Sons that's joined them, the Hunters, the True Sons that are on our side, these battles and these conflicts are going to be becoming greater and greater. And there's only so much that you can really do in the current seasonal model that we've seen. So unless they plan to do another expansion down the line or continue this story into potential Division 3 years later, I think it'll be interesting to see how they kind of translate that into the seasonal model that we've seen so far. We're going to see bigger missions that we get at the end, or we're going to see greater takeover bounties where those happen in the old missions and they're even more populated. Like, I don't know what their plans are, but I'm very interested to see how they're going to tackle all of that. Overall, I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do and what's kind of setup we're going to get for year 5 here. And so to leave you all off, we've got a few weeks here before we kind of learn where season 11 is headed and what the general setup is. And so for now, I say, bring on the Reign of Fire. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts about Season 11 and what you think is going to happen in this upcoming season. Does the revealed title of Reign of Fire ring anything to you? Do you think that could signify anything that's going to happen in the story? And what are your general predictions on what we're going to see in Season 11? Will it continue some of those plot threads from Season 9? Will it introduce new stuff? Who do you think Stovepipe is going to be? Lots of interesting questions to answer here, and as always, I will be very curious to read through all of your comments. That's going to do it for me today, everybody. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold. Ow.